The channel you made it to today is Rue World Order, your go-to place for authentic living and conversation about topics that revolve around lifestyle and some of the things that you care about. So welcome, I'm Rue. Today I was having a conversation with my assistant and we were just talking about different life goals, things that we've always wanted to do, and different dreams and aspirations that we may have had when we were younger. And my assistant is considerably younger than I am. She's in her 20s. And she made the comment to me, I'm surprised that you didn't go into broadcasting. You seem like you'd be a natural at that. And the interesting thing about that is I've had many people say that to me throughout my life. One of my nephews has said that to me. I've had friends who have said that to me. I've had perfect strangers who have said that to me. And I've had many people who were curious about why I never went into broadcasting. So it turns out that I have a couple of degrees. My undergraduate degree is in English with an emphasis in professional writing. My graduate degree is in public relations and organizational communications. So I do actually have a communications degree, but that doesn't answer the question, right? Why didn't I go into broadcasting? Another little interesting tidbit. I went to a performing arts high school, and the way that this particular performing arts high school was set up when I was in school, there was a theater track and there was a communications track for those who are interested in careers in communications. And even though I took some theater classes, I took stage excuse me, I took stage craft, I took great plays, and I took drama. So and just big not so humble brag on my high school, I was reading Lysistrata and discussing Oedipus Rex and Waiting for Godot and Pearly Victorious when I'm like 13, 14, 15 years old. Shout out to public school. But what I primarily studied was the communication track, which included film, speech communication, radio communication, television communication, and all of these courses to prepare us for a career in broadcast. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a newscaster. I wanted to be in front of the camera. But somewhere along the line, I started comparing myself to the women that I saw on screen. And considering that I grew up in Detroit, I actually saw Black women on screen. I saw light-skinned Black women, dark-skinned Black women. So it's not like there wasn't representation of Black women. The issue that I had, and the reason that I didn't go into broadcasting, is because I thought I was too fat. And I thought I was too ugly. And I thought I didn't have the right look for broadcasting. I didn't think that I was pretty enough for a career in broadcasting. So today, when I had that conversation with my assistant, all kind of feelings started cropping up. It was, I actually started tearing up. And it was interesting that this many years later, that comment and the thought process about where my mind was at when I was, 18, 19, 20 years old is still a little painful for me. And I'm at a stage now where I can look in the mirror and I can honestly see beauty most of the time. almost every day of the week, I can look at myself and I can see beauty. I can see beauty in my face. I can see beauty in my body. I definitely can see beauty in my mannerisms because, I'm such a girly girl. And so I have all that going on. But there are times, and I think this is why I teared up when that sort of question comment was posed to me today. There are times where I still have vestiges of that young person who didn't think she was attractive enough. And I realize that my story is not unique. There are many, many women who don't think they're attractive, particularly in our American society that has these pretty tough standards for beauty. And I am a dark-skinned, flat-nosed, full-lipped black woman. And even though there's certain niches that find that very attractive, that is not the prevailing standard of beauty really anywhere. Even our African cultures, in our African countries, many people are bleaching their skin. Even though I can say when I am in Africa, particularly Nigeria, I do feel very beautiful. I feel very accepted. There's a warmth there, but I digress. So I think I'm actually evading the topic that I brought up. It is something to feel like you are not attractive enough to do what it is you feel like you should do, right? And so instead of going into broadcasting, which is what I wanted to do, I went into public relations. And so I stayed in the communication field. I stayed in the realm of my gifts. But, shortly after starting my career, I actually joined National Association of Black Journalists. So, and I was in media relations, right? So I was actually working with the folks that I wanted to be. I was working with the TV reporters. I was working with the print journalists, the radio journalists. I was working with all these people that I wanted to be. I wanted to be I wanted to be on camera. I wanted to be a television broadcaster, reading the news, doing that whole thing. And so at National Association of Black Journalists, it was kind of a trip because, here I am, I'm part of this organization. And there were many media relations people who were part of the organization. I was sort of adjacent to my dreams, but never feeling good enough for my dreams, right? And that's a trip. And this is not the first time I've told this story, but it is the first time I've told this story on, YouTube, where potentially, thousands of people could hear it. So as we were having this conversation today, I really started thinking about Real World Order. And I started thinking about the opportunity that this presents to me. Because even though I didn't pursue a career in broadcasting, at this stage of the game, I probably wouldn't want to. Broadcast news is not what it was before. It is not the go-to source for communication that it was. I think that a large majority of people, we get our information from people who get on camera, much like myself, and who spout off opinions and give their perspective on the world. And the world has changed and opportunities have changed, right? And I wanted to be a broadcast journalist, and I wanted to have this career that was, focused around art and culture and all these things. And I didn't do it because I didn't feel like I had the right look. And so now here I am at this age and I don't really like telling my age, but I'm over 40. Matter of fact, if you saw my biscuit review, I'm over 50. So, looking good, by the way. Anyway, but I'm over 50. And here I am sort of doing the thing that I always wanted to do. So in a way, YouTube is giving me a second chance. And a couple of months ago, I posted about how I saw that infamous DoorDash video about how if you're over 50, you need to get your behind on YouTube. And that's one of the reasons, that I'm here. And I mean, there are a few other reasons, and it's something else. And actually, I had a channel back in 2018, which was a big flippity flop. But I wasn't really serious about it. And so here I am doing this again, right? And I thought about how at 18, 19, 20, 21, I didn't follow my dream based on this crazy idea I had about myself. And even though I sometimes struggle with the whole concept of looks, for the most part, I feel beautiful. And most days, like I said, most days of the week, or most days I wake up and I can see my beauty, and I can see and I ain't talking about inner beauty right now, because your girl always knew she was beautiful in the inside, but I can wake up and I can see my outer beauty, right? But this doesn't have anything to do with outer beauty. And so I come on here, and some days the production is bad. Even now, my furnace is making noise while I'm trying to make this video. And, my lighting's not right. There is a hair that is right in front of my face. My eyes are a little red. But I decided that I was going to come on here, make these videos, even though my makeup is kind of flat, I think. But I decided I was going to come on here, and you were going to get whoever I was that day. And so I have made videos in bed. I've made videos made up. I've made videos for work. With work clothes. I've made videos in my lounge wear. I've made videos in my work wear. Because I decided that on Rue World Order, you were going to get different aspects of my world and whoever I was at that moment, because that's what a whole person is. Sometimes a whole person has on makeup, it's looking great. Sometimes a whole person doesn't have on makeup and is looking great. Sometimes a person is in bummy clothes, good clothes. That is a whole person. It is not a manufactured view, right? So I didn't follow the whole dream of broadcasting then, but I am now. And the beautiful part about it is I'm controlling the narrative, right? And so what's the moral of this long, rambling story, this long, slow, rambling story? It's so cliche. It is cliche. But it's true. I don't believe it's ever too late to do the thing that is in your heart to do. And so I'm excited about this new chapter. I'm excited that I can start redeeming some of the dreams that I was afraid to dream, and some of the dreams that I put aside because of practicality and because of not feeling beautiful enough and not feeling adequate enough. And actually, I think I've come to the end of all I have to say about it. I'd be curious to hear from you. Have you ever felt like you weren't good enough for your dreams? Like you just didn't have what it takes physically or mentally or even spiritually? I would love to hear about it. I would love if we could discuss it. Just comment below, or you could even email me about it, and we can talk about it. I would like that. Hopefully by now you're a part of the Rue Crew. So what does it mean to be part of the Rue Crew? That means that you are one of the folks who have subscribed to the channel. You subscribe to the channel, you come in, You like videos, you comment, you take part in the discussion, you take part in the dialogue, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to provide discussion and dialogue. So thank you for listening to me and hearing what's on my heart today. And I hope you're being authentically you, because I will always be authentically real. Take care. Take good, good, good.